Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Fox98 here. Welcome back to a brand new F1 2016 career mode video for you guys today on my channel. Today we are here for the German Grand Prix. If you do enjoy today's video, drop a like and subscribe if you're new around here as well. Now, before this video gets started, all of practice and all of qualifying was completely corrupt in this entire video. So unfortunately, we're just going to have to get things started with the race, and I need to commentate over it because unfortunately, I recorded practice and qualifying on a different day to when I recorded the race for the German Grand Prix, but all of practice and qualifying was corrupt, the exact same as the Russian Grand Prix was. The same footage basically looked like that. Yeah, I'm just going to have to commentate over this bit. But like I said, if you do enjoy today's video, drop a like, subscribe for the answer as well, and we'll get into things. So here is qualifying for you guys in a nutshell, really. In the German Grand Prix, we kind of struggled a lot with grip and handling, and you see I qualified 5th, 4/10 off the pace. The second thing I wanted to say is that this video will be uploaded on the Tuesday when it should normally be uploaded on its scheduled Wednesday, but I've got so much crap going on right now that this is coming out on Tuesday. The Q&A that I've been promising about for a while is coming out tomorrow now instead, because I need more time on that. Because I'm busy all day today on Tuesday, and this is already edited and done, so that's what's going to happen there. And luckily, I managed to get through all of that before the race started, so that's pretty intense. But we qualified on 5th for the Grand Prix. I know it's been a rush start, so let's slow things down a little bit. So we qualified 5th. We struggled with the chassis and everything like that in practice, and then in qualifying it went along and we struggled. But we're settling down here. We're going to be starting on the soft tyres for the Grand Prix, and we want to go a little bit longer on this first stint in the hope that the super soft tyres just basically don't last that long and we can gain some time. So as you can see, we're on the grid here for the German Grand Prix. We have got 5 red lights here, and it is lights out, and we go for the German Grand Prix. And it's been an okay-ish start from us. Again, we're not having some amazing starts here, but into turn 1, we're going to brake a little bit later here, but we are going to go and loop right around the outside of Rosberg. We actually lose the back ends of the car, sliding off the circuit there, but we make our way back on track again now, and Button and I believe that's Verstappen fighting each other as we go into turn 2 now, and we are away. Hamilton has just shot off into the distance, but we've gone looping right around the outside, and we're up into 2nd place already in this Grand Prix, and that's Hamilton up ahead already with a 2.5 second lead in the first sector alone already. So what a start from Hamilton in this German Grand Prix as we make our way up in towards the hairpin on this corner. Moving on to lap 9 of the Grand Prix now, and we're coming up towards our pit window. Hamilton pulled away by an absolute rate of knots, and the super soft tyres actually lasted the same amount of time as the soft tyres. So my strategical ambitions of going longer on the first stint and gaining back up on them hasn't really worked out. And Bottas, my teammate, fancies around us here. So as you can see, coming towards the hairpin now, he's actually got the jump on us here, but we're going to brake nice and late down the inside of Bottas, but we actually lock up a little bit on the brakes here, and Bottas will switch back nicely and then moves over towards the line. However, he actually moved too aggressively back onto the racing line, slowed his exit down, and that's going to compromise him. And now, as you can see here, swooping round, we get the move done on Valtteri Bottas, nice and cleanly there, and that is us up back into the lead of the Grand Prix. But of course, we've still got our pit stop to make in this Grand Prix, with Lewis Hamilton way off into the distance, and Rosberg has also made his pit stop as Bottas here closing up on us towards the stadium section, but he's just too far back to even think of making a move there, as we were really wide there, nearly hitting the gravel trap there, which really would have cost us some time towards Bottas and Verstappen behind. So that's crucial we didn't hit that gravel trap now as we carry on towards the final part of the stadium section here, and we're going to be braking nice and late now, coming towards our pit stop window for the end of this first stint. And it's a horrible entrance, on the gravel trap there. That's not going to help us out at all. We didn't need that, and that's Lewis Hamilton there, in fact, already charging through at the start of this Grand Prix. So we're coming in now to the pits for a set of soft tyres, and like I said before, I'm sorry that we've literally just rushed straight into this episode. I like to start it off normally, but like I said, I've lost the footage for practice and qualifying. That was never going to get retrieved or fixed even. So we're here with the race, and now, as you can see, we're out of the pit stops, and unfortunately for myself, Nico Rosberg has performed a very nice undercut, and is on a set of soft tyres, and I think he might be able to get those to the medium compound tyre stint. So unfortunately for us, I believe we may have lost some time. On to lap 11 of the Grand Prix, Verstappen's now coming out of the pits, and he's got the jump on us, but we just squeezed past Verstappen there, and we're back up into a 4th place, which will be a net 3rd place when Kimi Raikkonen comes in and makes his pit stop. Because as you can see, Rosberg is all over the back of him. However, Max Verstappen's all over the back of us here, and he is going to have DRS deployment upon us here. So Verstappen goes to the inside line here for the hairpin. Here comes Mad Max coming towards the hairpin now. Will he make moves stick on us? We're actually going to brake nice and late here. Round the outside we go, and Verstappen actually pulls back up behind us there, and Rosberg gets the move done on Kimi Raikkonen. So Nico is now up into a 2nd place in this Grand Prix now. On to lap 12 of the Grand Prix, and we're now continuing our pursuit of Kimi Raikkonen. However, we seem to not be able to be pulling away from Max Verstappen at the rate of knots I would have liked, which is a little bit annoying. As you can see there, we actually lock up and we run wide, miss the apex completely there, horrible entrance into the corner, and that's the worst way to get our entrance into the back straight going here. It's not really back straight, it's just a never-ending curve. But as you can see here, Verstappen goes to the inside line once again now. So will he make this move stick for the second time? He's gone super wide there, you can see, to try and make this move stick. Round the outside into the hairpin. We've just done it again. We've seemed to be able to defend around the outside of the hairpin, which is unusual, because all we seem to be doing is defending the inside line every time. And now we're around the outside here. So as you can see, I'm trying to pull out the slipstream of Verstappen here, because this point is a DRS zone as well. And as you can see, coming towards the back straight once again, we are starting to struggle against Max. But we're not actually going to give up in this Grand Prix. As you can see now, Verstappen here with his DRS ready to be deployed. He's going to go to the outside line, I think it is this time. He does go to the outside, so Max is trying to be completely different here. He's going to try the outside line. It's not worked. Well, it's worked completely perfect for him. He actually got the move done before the hairpin, but we stuck in the slipstream of Verstappen, and round the inside, down the inside we go. And that is us in front of Verstappen there, as Bottas is being hounded by one of the McLaren drivers. So that's very interesting to see. Of course, McLaren have been making some very big upgrades in this season. On to lap 14 of the Grand Prix now, and we're still defending from Max, but we are just about keeping in track with Rosberg. He's about 3 seconds up the road. I think that says exactly 3 seconds. So we're still in a good nick at the moment. As you can see here, we're coming through now, and Verstappen here is on the inside line this time. So he's going for the same move that he's done for the past 3 attempts, because the other ones seem to go. But as you can see, once again, we just go right. We just come swooping right around the outside, and it's working a treat for us. So for once, I'm actually finding it easier to defend around the outside than I am around the inside. So that's awkward, but we're going to carry on with it. On to lap 16 in the Grand Prix now, and we're still defending from Max, and Rosberg's gap is increasing massively now. The Mercedes have shot off into the distance, but Verstappen once again here is going to have a look at this. Will he go to the inside line? He is going to go to the inside line. Bottas is actually behind us. We've shoved Max very, very wide indeed, and now towards the hairpin we go. Round the outside again on Max. We're going to close the door, give him some space there. Verstappen holds it this time, but our traction on the exit and the Mercedes powered engine will keep us in front for the time being, and that is us comfortably in front of Verstappen for the time being. On to lap 17 of the Grand Prix now, and we're just constantly having to fend off Verstappen, as we've got no real pace in this Grand Prix, but we are still carrying on here. So as you can see, we're going to go and defend around the outside once again. So we're going to do the same thing as we normally do. Verstappen comes up towards behind us here, and oh my god, Verstappen's taken us out. Verstappen's wiped us off. We've hit the wall. We've gone spinning into the grass, and Verstappen has just wiped us out in this German Grand Prix. We have lost many positions, down to 6th now. Verstappen is already stuck in the grass, and we have been taken out in this German Grand Prix. What the hell is Max Verstappen doing? You utter I was going to swear, but maybe not the best idea. But now, we've literally been taken out. But of course, we don't flashback. We don't replay in this stuff. I could have, but I don't want to. And that's not the way this career mode goes. And we've literally just got to carry on now. We've been taken out. There's nothing I could do about it. And we've got Kimi Raikkonen, and I believe that is another Red Bull of Ricciardo right behind us now. They were very, very fast. I think they may have made their pit stops already. But as you can see here, we're starting to struggle now. We've got rear lockups going on everywhere. So Verstappen may have done some damage to the car. I'm not 100% sure here. So we are going to switch to mediums. I did switch to super softs because I was thinking, why don't I do something completely ambitious? And I was like, no, I'm just going to go back to mediums. But that's absolutely carnage. I cannot believe Max just took us out in that Grand Prix. Luckily, we've got no front wing damage. That's the one thing I can say, is we haven't lost our front wing. But Max Verstappen has just... I don't even know what happened. We are going to get a replay of that as soon as we come out of this pit stop here. Onto the set of the medium compound tyres. Our pit window was for the next lap. On lap 18, I believe, of the Grand Prix, or lap 19. But I decided to come in a lap earlier because I'd literally just been taken out. So I wanted to now try and get a little bit of a mini undercut and try and help myself in this Grand Prix and try and fight back for what has been a complete disaster. Down to 9th place now in this German Grand Prix here on lap 18 of this race, and Max has been a knob. And let's go back and have a look at what happened here. So as you can see, I am down the back straight here. Max Verstappen is going to go and try and attack me here. So I'm defending the inside line, and he just goes into the back of me and straight into the wall, and my car's gone absolutely spinning around. And luckily, I didn't have to do any reversing or something like that. I was able to just get back onto the track straight away and just do it. Look at it from Max's point of view. Look how much I'm defending the outside line. You can see where I'm defending, and then Max just hits the back of my car. And oh, Max lost his front wing though, but I don't even care. Max just wiped me out. I gave him... There's the outside line there. I don't understand what he's doing. And on to lap 30 of the Grand Prix, we've now got a safety car to end things off. Now, Max, I don't know what Max was doing. I don't know why he just decided to take me out. I really do not know. But anyway, on the medium compound tyre stint, absolutely nothing happened. But out of nowhere here, on lap 30 of the Grand Prix, a safety car has been deployed. Now that is a massive lifeline. So I'm going to come into the pits and put on a set of the super soft tyres. But there's one thing that I'm worried about. Well, first of all, Bottas is in my way, so I have to wait for him. And I have to wait even longer for my pit crew to actually do something. Come on, boys, hurry up. Make me... Oh my god, this is just a nightmare now. Thank you. Yeah, that took you long enough, didn't it? But the problem is here, this is lap 31 of the Grand Prix. If the safety car is going to be doing anything in this Grand Prix, it needs to come in at the end of lap 32. Which means that really, there isn't a possibility... This safety car is probably going to only leave us with one lap of the Grand Prix left. Which means, in theoretical terms, even though I pitted for a set of super soft tyres and the field's going to close up, my problem is now, do I have enough time to catch the field and pass them? Because I can tell you now that I was forced to overtake the safety car onto lap 33 of the Grand Prix, and you can see the field is bunched up at the front, but we're not near them. We haven't caught up to the safety car in the time provided. Bottas we've caught up to, and I don't really care about Bottas. I've already been wiped out in this Grand Prix, and I'm kind of mad at this point. So I just went down the inside and said, screw Bottas, because I've got a job to do here. We've got one more lap of the Grand Prix, but the only problem is Ricciardo's on an old set of mediums. We're on a fresh set of super softs. Got 4 seconds to close. My hope is they all fight and explode. Otherwise, I don't really see me closing 4 seconds in this one lap, which means that we're going to be going for what I believe might be our worst finish in this career mode with Williams, and I really don't want that to happen, so I'm going to give it everything I've got here. Personal best first sector, which is inevitable, obviously with us being on the super soft tyres. And you can see that I've been wearing... these tyres are already on 26% wear. And that's because I was absolutely gunning it and busting a gun to try and catch up to the field. But it hasn't really worked here. But unfortunately, you can see I'm closing up to some back markers here. And you can see some drivers being held up by back markers. So this might just be what we've been looking for. Unfortunately, that's not Ricciardo in front of us. That's a man, I believe. A Pascal Wehrlein, I think. I'm not sure, though. And that's going to mean that we're not going to catch him. Personal best middle sector. Gaps down to about 3.63 seconds, something like that. We've been closing at a vast rate. There's a massive haul of cars here. But Ricciardo's gone right around the outside of all of them. That's Ricciardo in the lead of the pack here. And it's Haryanto and Gutierrez and Pascal and Ericsson. And yeah, it's happened. Lewis Hamilton comes through and wins the German Grand Prix. And you can see I'm closing my way through. And there it is, guys. Unfortunately, it's only going to be P8 for today's Grand Prix. Our worst finish in this F1 2016 career mode. And that's basically all down to Max Verstappen just taking us out. I mean, so let's take a chill pill now. Let's calm down. So, of course, in practice and in qualifying, obviously the footage that was unable to be shown because it was corrupt, the same as Russia, we struggled with the chassis. The downforce wasn't there. We had the understeer. And it was a massive problem in Hungary. And it was a reoccurring problem here in Germany. And for the end of the race, I do make a chassis weight upgrade, which I know means the car's going to get quicker, but I monitored the car in terms of how much it will outperform. By the way, the McLaren's on the podium. But what I've spotted is that if I upgrade the chassis weight, I will move in front of Ferrari and Red Bull, but I'll still be tied in terms of vehicle performance, so I won't be pulling away from them. So in theoretical terms, I may still be in front of them in the performance comparison chart, but that doesn't mean on pen on paper I'll be quicker than them in the race. Therefore, that's why I wanted to do it, and that's why I did do it. Then in the race, of course, we had a decent start, and we managed to go right around the outside of Rosberg into turn 1, and then we attacked Button, and we got past Verstappen, who I believe got tagged by Jensen. We had a very clean stint. Hamilton shot off into the absolute distance of Narnia, could not catch him at all. And then, of course, we had Max Verstappen closing in onto the back of us. Bottas closing in on us at the end of our pit stop. Verstappen was quicker than us in the middle stint on the soft tyres, always closing in on us. And that was mainly because of DRS, so I just couldn't pull away in the middle sector because that was my weakest sector. So that was really annoying. And then he just completely took us out because he was obviously bored that he was stuck behind me, so just completely took us out. We went onto the medium compound tyre stint, had a very, very long and miserable, upsetting stint. And then, obviously, come towards the end of the Grand Prix, then safety car came out, but we just couldn't close the gap. And that was all she had to say. So thanks ever so much for watching, guys. If you did enjoy the video, drop a like, subscribe if you're new around here as well. And hopefully you enjoyed the fact that I didn't win a Grand Prix and that I am beatable by taking me out. So thanks, guys, for watching. Take care all. Peace.